Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Today is part number 2 of the Remembering Bruges throw. So we've already done part 1, and this is the conclusion of doing the final border. So at this point, the middle should be done. I showed you in the last video on how to customize it in order to make it make sense for you. Our goal now is to go around the edging only and doing what is called as Bruges lace. We've done this before. If you go to the video description, you're going to find a pattern link for this, but also in that article is Bruges lace for a wrap or a shawl, whatever you want to call it. And we did use that using Crochet sock yarn. So you're going to find the instructions here on page number 2. There's a lot of instruction here, but once I simplify it for you, you're going to be able to find this is quite easy in order to maintain. We essentially have 2 things to do. We have to go all the way around the edging first to stabilize it, and then we just do the Bruges lace, and the Bruges is just going to go step by step around. So we actually are going to complete the border just back and forth all the way around like that. So we just don't go around and do more and around and do more and more. We're actually going to go back and forth and add it as we go. That's what Bruges lace is. So let's get ourselves stabilized. Last time I told you that you needed to finish off on a row number 4, and row number 4 is where it is here. I am doing a swatch. I'm going to just fasten off my yarn because I want to turn it over, and I wanted to get it to the right side of it. If you're not sure which side was the right side, I'm going to show you what that is now. And if you look at on camera right now, see where the beginning tail end is? This is the right side of the work. So your tail should be over here. Okay, so I want you to begin, and once you have that done, turn your work like this, and we're going to start on the underside of the chain that we started with. Okay, so this is the right side now. See where that is, and let's begin to go around. As we begin, the bottom side here and the top side here is slightly different from each other. You can see how it looks size-wise. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you all the sizes. The edges are pretty much done the same way. It's just the upper and the bottom are done slightly different based on the stitch counts. Let's begin and join our yarn right here, and we'll start that in a second. So let's begin. I'm going to have you do a standing single crochet to begin, and this is the underside of the chain that we're going to be working with, and you start with the first one right here. So with it already on the hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the 2 loops. That's a standing single crochet. I'll move this out of the way, and now you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You are now going to skip 3 stitches, so 3 double crochets that you can see here, and go to the 4th one over and single crochet in. Okay, and then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skipping another 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, and then chain another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skip another 3 and go to the 4th one over. You are going to notice that these will line up perfectly with each other. Okay, see how it lines up? So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip another 3 and single into the next. Notice that this is the first one of the column. Chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3 and single crochet the next one, so the 4th one away. And that's the other side of that same column. If you can see stuff like that, it'll make your life a lot easier. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, single crochet the next. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the next, single crochet the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, single crochet the next, and you're doing this all across the bottom edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come right into the last one. So skip 3, go into the turning chain, not to a space. And we're going to turn our work this way now, and we're going to go across the edge. Let's do that next. To go across the side edge, you're going to skip the first row and concentrate on the tops of every other row. And so this one here is part of a corner, and the one I'm about to create is also part of a corner. And we'll cover that in the next part of this tutorial. So chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So skip this row and come into the top of the next row and double crochet in. So for whatever reason, they want you to double crochet on the side edges. I'm not going to question it, I'm just going to do it. So now I'm going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then skip the next row, come into the top of the next one. And you're doing this all the way across the side edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next row, come into the top. So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next row, come into the top of the next one. So every other row, and it's a double crochet in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next row and double crochet in the next. I'm not sure it'll impact it if you use a single crochet instead of double, but that's just my own personal feeling. So now chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you are going to come into your very last one. So you're going to double crochet into the top of the last one. So if it's an even number of rows that you have, this will work every time. And if you're following the pattern, it'll work for you as well. So now we're going to turn. This is part of a corner, and the new one is part of the next corner. And let's just turn, and we're going to go across the top. So now you're going to chain 5 to come across the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You were going to skip to the last one of the double crochet. So you got the one that's already in, skip 3, and come into your last one that's part of that column. And you are going back to a single crochet now. So now you'll chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to look at the shell work, okay? And what we need you to do is you are going to single crochet into the second one of there. So this is the first double, this is the second one. So single crochet that one, and then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you were going to come on the shell work. It's the second last one before the end. Okay? And you were going to single crochet in. And this will keep everything aligned from the very bottom coming right up. So now you'll chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come into your first one, double crochet that's part of the column. And then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come into your last one that's part of that column. So skipping technically 3 and single crocheting the fourth one away. So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the group of the 7 double crochets, it's the second one and the second last one on this side. So come into this one, single crochet the second one, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come into your second last one that's part of that wave right there. Okay, and then chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come into your first top of the double crochet that you're running to, and you're going to keep repeating that all across the row, and this will give you the equal balance. If you follow it straight on down, you'll see that it matches up. So when you're getting to the end of the row like I am, you're going to chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just single crochet into the turning chain itself, and we've got our last side to be able to work with. So turn your work, and we're going to come down your last side to begin. To go down the side, just like you did before, you're going to start by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you'll skip the first row and go to this one here, the top right here. Because of where we're looking, it's the top of this row here. And that's double crochet in, and then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to skip the next row, okay, and you're going to come in right here. So there's technically 2 rows between each one of these connections, and that should have been a double crochet. Chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and double crochet right here. So technically skipping. And finally, we're coming to the end. So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you were just going to join it to the first standing single crochet that you started with. Okay, so this is what we got going on. So you've now circled the whole thing, and on the side edges we have more of a spacing than we do on the top, and it probably will pull out once we get there. There's probably a rhyme or reason to it, and we're going to start with the Bruges lace, and this is where the fun begins. The easiest way to look at Bruges lace is that each one of the connections, if it's not the 2 that are on each corner, okay, so if it's not these 2, these 2, these 2, and back here, all of them have a connection just one time into this chain 5 space. Into the ones in the corner, there's going to be 2 connections, 1 and 2 connections here, 2 connections here to let it flow. And the same thing will happen on all corners. So 2 connections, and so on. So we're going to start right here, and in order to start, we have to get ourselves to this. So we're just going to continue to rotate and slip stitch ourselves and start our first Bruges lace section. So how we're going to start versus the rest of them is different. So let's begin to do that next. So because it's part of a corner, we need 2 connections here that will happen, and then we'll do the other corner when we get back around. So to do this, I'm going to show you my way of doing it. It's per the instructions, but it's just going to be speeding you up. So you're going to chain a total of 10, but what I want you to do is to pinch after the 5th chain. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pinch this one, hold that. That's your first stitch when you come back. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it says to double crochet 6 chain from the hook. If I pinch the 5th one, that is the 6th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So by pinching it and just moving my finger out of the way, that is my first double crochet. So it's going to create these loops on the outside. That's what Bruges does. And now you're going to crochet the remaining 4 that are left. Okay, so I got to make sure that I see 5 double crochets in a row. So where have we seen 5 before? It's in the columns. So this maintains its consistency, so it's a good design in that way. So now I'm going to slip stitch to this chain 5 space here. And I am going to start now. We don't have to do this chain work anymore. So I'm going to chain 2, flip this over, and only double crochet the first 5 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just ignore this here. So we're going to restart again, and to restart again, you are going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are going to double crochet then the remaining stitches that are left. Okay, so you got the 5 here in a row, so you start right here. Okay, so you start at the one that you came out of. And now I told you that there's 2 connections, so this will slip stitch to the same space. So we're going to capture this when we come back around because it's going to force it to do a rotation. And so now what we have to do is that we have to get ourselves to the next space. So to do that, we are going to chain 2 and slip stitch to the next chain 5 space. Turn your work and just double crochet the 5 that are here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when I say turn, just flip it up. So then come back, and then you're going to come back across that. So you have to chain 5 to start it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And starting right here, you're just double crocheting back. And there's only 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now when we go to slip stitch, we are going to slip to the next chain 5. So there was 2 connections in this corner, but there's only ever 1 connection as we're working our way across. So slip stitch to the next one. Okay, and you can flip up this way if you want to, and chain 2. 1, 2, and just double crochet the 5 that are there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and flip it back. And now you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and double crochet the 5 that you see. So you just got to remember when you come back to the body of the project, you have to slip stitch to the next empty chain 5 space. Except for if it's a corner. We have to do that twice. So now that we're back at the body, come into your next chain 5 space, slip stitch. Okay, do you see that? You can turn, chain 2, and then double crochet the first 5. The only 5 really. Okay, turn, and then go back across that one. So chain 5 to start, so you get that loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and double crochet the 5 that you see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you go across the edge. So all edges are done the same way. We just got to focus on the corners. So the instructions have a lot of writing because they're trying to cover all of these rows because these are considered individual rows back and forth. But when you just look at it from this perspective, you can see that it's just matching. Okay, so this is the end of that. Slip stitch, flip, chain 2, 5 double crochet across, chain 5, 5 double crochet back, and slip stitch to the next empty. So please do that. I'll see you close and I'll catch you right here on the first part of the corner and we'll go through this whole section together and I'll be right back in a moment. So I've just come and my next slip stitch is to the first one of the 2 of the corner. So I am going to slip stitch into that first one of the corner, turn. So that's connection 1 of 2, chain 2, and then go back across the 5. Okay, and then you're going to flip and go back again. So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do your 5 double crochet in a row. And I want 2 connections in that same spot, so I'm going to head back there in a second. So So just coming across. This is not taking as long as I expected it to. It's not a hard concept, it's just different than what we're used to. So now we're going to come back in to the same spot, slip stitch, chain 2, and then go back across your 5 double crochet again. Okay. Okay, now we're going to turn and work and chain 5. I have construction going on here. People are in and out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just flip this. So we have 2 connections that have already happened in this first part of the corner. So we are going to head back and do your 5. But when we slip stitch now, we're going to have to go to that second corner section. When I first read this pattern, I didn't expect both corners were being used. I just realized of it before filming. So, okay, so we're back. So come into your next one. This is the other side of that corner. Slip stitch, which will pull it around, and then chain 2, and you can flip and double crochet back. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Flip back, chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we only have 1 connection on this side of the corner so far. So we're just going to do your 5 double crochet going back, and you'll slip stitch into that same corner to make it 2 connections. And this is forcing the Bruges lace to turn. You have those kind of ideas actually on the shawl that I talked about at the beginning. So once your 5 are in, slip stitch to the same corner. You can turn, chain 2, and go back across. Do your 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn back. Chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and double crochet the 5 going back. So we already have 2 connections in that first corner of the side of the blanket. I mean the side edge. So we don't want to do any more connections there. We've already got our 2. So you saw 2 connections here, 2 are here. So now we immediately just jump and start doing the slip stitch into each one of those spaces, going up, going back and forth, and then the next slip stitch is the next one. So you only connect twice when it's a corner, which will force this to do a turn. So we'll be back at the end of the round. Just continue to follow it around, and I'll see you in just a moment. So I'm coming back around to the start. I've already got 1 connection into here, so I got to go back and forth and do a second connection here before I can actually get around. So we've already got our 2 connections on this side, so get your second connection on this one here, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I have my second connection in, and I am going to chain 2 and go back across the 5. Flip, and we're going to come back in. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to do your 5 coming in. So we've already done our slip stitching in on the first corner that we started with. So we're going to end right here. Okay, so technically I would be slip stitching here into the first one and then chaining 2 and then continuing. But I don't want to do that this time. What I want to do is to trim this long enough that I can put it through a tapestry needle, because we need to join it together. So just pull up a loop. Okay, and you're going to put this into a tapestry needle, and you need to join it to the first chain that we started with. And so you have 5 double crochets that were along this edge here, and the 5 here, so you can count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is in the first one of the group, so just coming on in, just pull it together, then come into your next one, your next one, pull it together, next one, next one, and then your final. Okay, and then I would poke it on through, and we know our front and back pretty obviously now. So we're just going to just pull it through, and you're just going to secure it on the back side. So I would not crochet that join, I would whip stitch it for better accuracy. Just weave it back and forth a total of 3 times. So any loose ends that you'll have, please do that. And this would be how you would do the Bruges lace around. I really like this border. I might actually use this in a stitch along in the future, but you can see when you look at it from this perspective, it really does follow around. And one thing I would change, I think I would change this to a single crochet on the edges instead of a double, but that's the only thing I would change other than that. So other than that, I think it's good to go, and we hope you have a great day. That's it for now, and we hope to see you again. Bye-bye.